Hi everyone, I'm back with another video, and in today's video we're gonna be up against Joker KZ on the map Silk Road. And so yeah, before we start, go ahead, smash the like button, and of course turn on the notification to all notification so that you will not miss an upload or stream from my channel. Without further ado, let's go jump straight into it. And here goes. I'll be located at the bottom right hand corner, and of course Joker KZ will be located at the top left hand corner. Now guys, as you are already aware, I haven't played a game for quite a few weeks and I messed up my initial development or building phase, so yeah, that's kind of my fault. Nothing really crazy for that. And yep, as the battle progress, I'm going to produce a hammer to try and deny those coyotes, but it was apparently too late. Now I'm going to try and scout the enemy's base with a coyote, or with a vertex rather, and I'm going to have to retreat. And let's see now. Of course, I'm going to have to retreat, and I saw that the enemy has an AV factory and a vehicle factory, going HQ level 4, and I will also do the same. I also had Typhoons to of course have anti-air capabilities instead of having an anti-air tower. Okay, I see that there's like 2 Hawks, and third Hawk is now in production, as well as one more vehicle factory and another special vehicle factory. So he has Hawks, but he is solely focused on land. Okay, now in regards to that, or an answer would be for me to have Thors and upgrading level 3 AV factory, as you guys can see right here, and I will also have a shield generator. First Thor are now in production, and let's see. Later on, I'll be adding another vehicle factory to of course keep up with the Jaguar production that he has from 2 vehicle factory, because a Thor is not a guaranteed clean hit or will absolutely demolish the army 100% of the time. So I need to have to compensate for that by having another vehicle factory later on. Okay, and my vertex has been destroyed by those Hawks, as you guys can see. Very good reflex from that guy right there. And first shield is out. I'm going to have to reposition my units, added that vehicle factory that I mentioned earlier, and have more Typhoons. At least 6 Typhoons, 5 to 6 would be good against 4 Hawks. And let's see what I'll have. I will be producing another vertex for me to be able to scout the enemy's base. And as you guys can see, I'm also spreading some assaults to, like across the map or at the sides, like the left and the top right. Here goes another vertex scout, and saw that the chameleon is moving out. That is the reason why he cleaned up my scouts of infantries on the left hand corner. Now I'll have to try and attack with the Thors. Obviously that will be an epic fail, and given the position that he has, he's actually quite clever as to have some porcupines positioned in the middle of the map to somehow intercept my bombers. Very clever, I have to say, to gain map dominance, of course. Now yeah, I kept losing the assaults, but I'm still reproducing it to keep track of what is going on around the vicinity, or the surrounding area. I saw that his army of Jaguar, Chameleon, and Porcupine are on the left and are out of position, hence I'm going to take this opportunity to take over the middle of the map and go over the ramp right there in the middle. And of course another scouting, he has another airfield and are now going HQ level 5. The army is still out of position. Okay, I'm building a construction yard to of course build walls right there and a rocket tower to impede his attack. Now I have Zeus right here, and he has Jaguars, Porcupines that are guarding the middle of the section of the map. Here goes, I activated my shield generator. Construction yard finished. Of course additional power plants. Those Hawks are like trying to be annoying as to destroy my shield generator. And I only have a handful of Typhoons here. So lack of scouting here on my end, and also lack of Typhoons. But yeah, those Hawks destroyed the shield and a torrent, and at least like, I don't know, 1 or 2 Zeus maybe, or 2 torrents, or all my torrents perhaps. Now in regards to that, I'm going to somehow produce more Typhoons, knowing that he has more Hawks than I expected. And here goes a good engagement. Okay, I'm going to try and force fire to where the salvos are coming out of the fog. That pretty much took out a lot of his units, including the Jaguars and the Porcupines. Now, I'm not going to chase further. As you guys can see right here, he is already in good position, and that will be a very bad idea for me to engage. I will only be using a ton of my units for not a very good exchange. So I'm going to have to retreat, and of course, reproduce the units that I lost. And of course, gather at the middle section of the map to gain position, and of course, or better grounds, okay, or equal footing as he is. Another scout here. Level 5 HQ, another construction yard, so there may be a nuclear that will be in production later on. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. Okay, ooh, another chameleon there. Chameleon, Jaguar, Porcupine at the top. And I'm going to have to demolish everything that he has. Notice that when his Jaguars are caught unsieged, he retreated and got into a better position and sieged them. And of course, I'm going to have to retreat. So he's using his, his cleverness to somehow outposition me. But of course, I have the Thors to bomb whenever he is going to siege, and I will have my Zeus retreat, as I already know the position of those Zeus, as when they are in march mode or in siege mode, there will be 0 movement speed. Okay, and so a lot of his units has been destroyed by that Thor bombing run because he was in a very good position to engage my Zeus. However, I'm going to use the Thors. Now, I'm also going to use common gold or common recovery boost, the gold one, so that of course I can recover the HP of my bruised up Zeus with that engagement and keep them alive to maximize their value. Shield, another shield is in production, and again the Thors, or the Vertex, or Hawks rather, sorry about that. Okay, and we'll just fall to merely a handful of Typhoons. Okay, now he invested a lot for those Hawks, but are not giving him a very good result. So you know the answer. Okay, yeah, shield are vulnerable to Hawks, but you need to have like at least 12 plus Hawks to be useful whenever there's like 6 or 7 plus Typhoons that your enemy has. Here goes, I'm going to try and bomb. Not a very successful hit, although I damaged some buildings, but that's about it. Now he has some Jaguars and Chameleon right there, out of position out of his base, but since I have the middle section of the map, I can either move to the bottom or move on to his side. Yeah, just exit the ramp there just in front of his base, or moved on the left side, which the units that he has are not in position, or yeah, clearly out of position. And so I'm going to take that advantage, and of course, I'm going to pick some Jaguars off while they are in march mode, and are going to try and destroy some Chameleons there as well. Okay, that's how you use the positioning to your advantage. Okay, destroyed one Chameleon, and let's see, second Chameleon is down, and of course the Jaguars will fall to their knees. Another Chameleon is out. Remember, he has better positioning there in between the buildings that he has, so I'm not going to engage. I'm just going to fall back and keep the pressure on. Another scout made by my Vertex. That's a very good scout right there. 3 airfields, but there's not really that many Hawks docked into it. Some Jaguars are in or out of position, or are trying to reposition due to the presence of my Thor. Now, given that situation, I will also have an HQ level 5 since I almost have full command points, and I have a ton of resources banked up. Some Jaguars are, of course, trying to get into position. I'm going to try and bomb and, try to reduce the numbers. Some Jaguars are exposed since the Chameleons are not fast enough to keep up with some Jaguars. Now I'm going to try and get rid of some of the Jaguars that he has. Very nice, and I'm not going to engage further. Or rather, I will. Since I saw that there's no Chameleon activated. And I will have to try and destroy as many units as I can, given that he is out of formation. And this is how you use a hit and run tactic. And of course, I'm going to retreat yet again because the Jaguars are just laying behind those buildings, waiting in a very good position. Now I'll take this opportunity to somehow recover the units or the HP of my army down to there, or to their full HP as much as possible to keep them alive. So I will not be spending another Zeus army to, of course, replace them. Again, Zeus, or the Jaguars and Chameleons, are getting into a better position and relocating because I have the Thors. Given that information, I'm going to lay siege over to that supply center and attack, and attack. Destroy some power plants, and I'll try to retreat at the very edge of the below the cliff right there. Okay, oh man, that Chameleon barely survived. Okay, and he has a ton of Jaguars right there, that's why I'm not marching forward. And I will have to try and destroy that Chameleon. One Chameleon is down. Still a lot of Jaguars are here. One Chameleon that is bruised up earlier will now try to cover the rest of those Jaguars, but they are not in good position. And so I'll just simply move away from the range and of course go in within the range of that HQ. Now as you guys can see, since the Jaguars are out of range, they'll try their best to somehow be in range and reposition. But that microsecond of them being in march mode and trying to keep up with the Zeus that I have because they have bad positioning meant the loss of his HQ. And now some Jaguars are exposed since the Chameleon ran out of energy. And man, I have poor micro here with my Typhoon, so that's my bad, okay? That's my bad. Okay, I'm gonna have to try and destroy as many Jaguars as I can. Obliterated the HQ, resetting his tech to HQ level 0 since he doesn't have one HQ. And I forgot to siege up my Typhoons and they are clumped up. That's my bad again. Poor micro. Haven't played a game for 2 weeks, getting rusty and so on. Still some more Jaguars around here, and I'm going to try and bomb that special vehicle factory so he will no longer be able to produce a Chameleon due to the absence of the special vehicle factory level 3 and an HQ level 4. Okay, so he will have to upgrade HQ again. Now I lost my entire army on that exchange, but the damage that I dealt was definitely game changing. I lost one Thor, and I will simply reproduce the units that I lost. Now I'm going to have them to retreat because I don't have a Typhoon here, and that's about it. I'm just going to wait it out and reproduce the units. And yeah, again, clearly my fault for positioning them in a bad way due to lack of Typhoons. I should have had them positioned near my base. And I will have my one Vertex try and help out and took out 2 or 3 Hawks earlier, as you guys can see. Too bad we were not able to capture that precisely. And there's like that one badly bruised up supply center. Might as well take that out with that one Vertex. And there he goes. He is still trying to play, however, I don't think he will not last that long anymore, due to the damage that has been dealt. Now I have some Typhoons here, and of course, I'm doing my contract of Cyclones. Okay, positioning the Typhoons. And of course the Cyclone as well to the right, the top right hand corner. Now let's see. I'm just going to destroy as many Zeus or Jaguars as possible here on this side of his base. At this point, due to the number of those Jaguars, it's no longer relevant for me to use a gold boost. So I'm going to use a red one for this one. Okay, I have 3 Typhoons, which is clearly not enough, but those Hawks are going to target the more important unit, which is the shield generator. Okay, I have 2 shield, so if those Hawks are targeting my shield, the Zeus will be living a better life, or a longer life. And as you guys can see, I am completely ignoring those Zeus or those Hawks and are going straight for the factory. And no more Jaguar production for you, my friend. And the Thors were a little bit late, so again, that's my poor micro. And I'm going for the HQ yet again, and right now he is going after my Zeus and going back and forth to destroy the Typhoon, which he already did, and he's trying his best to clean up the rest of my Zeus. However, he doesn't have enough fuel and the Hawk count to dispose of my Zeus fast enough. And there goes. Most of his buildings are going to be taken down at this point, and I think it's already clear as day as who will win this battle. Likewise guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, go on ahead smash the like button so it will be recommended to other players of Art of War 3 or non-players of Art of War 3. Also subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification to all notifications so you will not miss an upload or stream from my channel. Might as well check out my previous videos as they contain tips and tricks that can actually help you win a battle. Likewise, thank you for watching, have a great day, and good luck with your battles. And at this point, I'm just going to finish my contract. GG. Bye now.
Job well done.
Victory.